Hello everybody, it's Gemma here from madebygemacrafts.co.uk. Thank you for joining me again today. Now, as you'll notice, I haven't posted a video to my YouTube channel for quite some time now. Been quite busy recently. I had a holiday and obviously all the things that go with coming back from holiday, all the washing and getting back to normal life. So today I have got a set of note cards for you, for which I'm going to use the Eastern Palace suite. So I've got my stamps here and the Eastern Medallions thin-lit dies, and let's just give you a quick show. This is the new annual catalogue that came out on the 1st of June. As you can see, I love a post-it note or two, but I have marked the page here, and this is what we're going to be using today. I'll just pop this one out of the way. I'm going to be using some of the gold vinyl stickers, the stamp set obviously, some of the designer series paper and the thin lit dies. The stamp set and thin lit dies are on a bundle offer, which saves you 10%. So that's always a good one to pick up there. So let's get this out the way and we can start on our cards here. Now what I've done today is I've gone ahead and I've cut everything that I need. So all my designer series paper, the dies, cutouts, all of that's been cut. All I'm going to do with you today is show you how I put my cards together, and we're going to do some stamping, and then at the end of this I will show you a box that I made as well to put my note cards in. So if I move these four out of the way for now, and we're going to start with this one here, which is a thank you card. The other thing I'm using as well is the very vanilla note cards, which come pre-scored, so they're ideal for using for note card sets, etc. So I've got my first little bundle of things that I'm going to need. So I've got my paper, patterned paper there that I've already cut to size. Now all these sizes and items I used on each card will all be listed on my blog, and always, as always, there will be a link to my blog in the description box below. So we're going to get that, and I'm going to use some Dapper Denim ink, and we're going to be using one of the new ink colours, the Lemon Lime Twist as well. Don't think we need this for that card, this card, so I'll just pop that one out of the way. Get some stamp blocks ready as well, and my stamps, it's always good. So I've got a scrap of card here, so I'm going to start by stamping our small sentiment here, and then we're going to punch that out with the 1 1/4 inch circle punch. So let's get on and start making our cards. So just going to use the Dapper Denim to stamp my thank you, and then as always I've got my stamping scrub just off to one side here to clean my stamps with as I go. And also we want to do a little bit of stamping on our very vanilla fancy square shape as well, so I'll just bring that in, just pick out the stamp, you just go around on the corners of this one. There we go, and clean up. There we go. Right, so let's close our ink up while we put our card together, otherwise the whole card will end up covered in it. So as I said, I'm going to use my 1 1/4 inch circle punch to punch my sentiment. So we have our 2 elements ready here. Now with the Eastern medallion thinlits, a lot of them stay in the card, so you can use it, push it up for a 3D effect. But I like to snip a lot of it out, so if you run it through your die cutting machine, and then you can just take your snips afterwards and go around and snip it out of the piece of card, you have a nice shape ready to go on your card, like so. So I've got my card blank here. I'm going to use let's use some fuse, it's a bit quicker. So I'm going to start off with a piece of Dapper Denim cardstock. Just going to fix this to the front of our card halfway down, well, sort of centralised. Like so, hopefully making sure it's nice and straight. Then I've got my piece of designer series paper. Going to pop this on the front as well. Then I've got my small strips. So let's pop some fuse on the back of this one. And remember, fuse is permanent and very, very sticky. So just take care when you're doing this one. So we need to cut this down to size. So let's just snip this piece off, like so. And I can run some fuse down our central piece and pop that on the front of our card as well. Now you'll notice on my sample I've used some of the gold foil sheet. I decided not to do that on these ones because not only have I run out of the gold foil sheet, I am waiting for some to be delivered today on my order that I'm waiting for. Also, this just shows you how you can literally use the cardstock, the designer series paper and the stamps and matching dies to make a set of simple note cards. So there we go. Right, now we can layer up our sentiment for the front. So I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back of there. This one I'm going to fix flat onto my fancy square. I'm just going to turn it in that direction like so. So then pop my little circle in the middle. Then we can use some more dimensionals to fix this to the front of our card. Like so. And there we go, we have our first one made. So it's kind of like speed card making. Super fast. Super fast cards make a really lovely little gift. So this is our second card we have here. So here are my bits and bobs. And again, I've changed the colours on this to keep it simple. It just says trying to get hold of a card blank, so we can fold this one over like so. So we've got our piece of pattern paper. We've got our die cut here, which we're going to snip out. So again, just take your scissors. This is what this paper snips are really, really good for, because they've got a nice sharp point on the end and they cut all the way to the end as well. So they're good for intricate cutting. There we go. And of course you can use these in other ways to leave them in your card. You don't have to snip them out like I am. So that's that one. So we're going to do some stamping on here. So I'm going to get my lemon lime twist, which is, as I said, part of the new in colours for 2017 to 2019. I'm just going to pick my Stampin'Up. Just going to use this bobbly border one. I've got that on there. And then I'm going to use my Dapper Denim to do my sentiment. So let's close that one. I'm just going to stamp that in the middle there like that. Very nice. Close our ink. And now we can start popping our card together. So I've got a little rectangle of card here, and I've got one of the gold vinyl stickers here from the sheet. Just as you can see, I've cut mine up quite a lot here. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into 4. And then I'm going to pop it on each of the corners on my little rectangle of card. So as you gathered, I do like cutting things up, snipping into things and changing. It's just a little way of adding a little bit of bling onto your card. And I apologise if you can hear the traffic outside. It's very warm in my craft room, so I'm upstairs. Even though it's a bit cooler today, I have to have the window open. And where I live is on a main road, so it's quite busy. So we have our little rectangle done there. So let's get our card. I'm going to use a piece of designer series paper in the middle of our card here. So we're going to pop this on, hopefully nice and straight, straighter than the last card anyway. Then we're going to use some dimensionals on the back of our rectangle, like so. Just take these backs off. And I'm actually waiting today for some mini dimensionals which are a new product in the new catalogue. Cannot wait for them to arrive. So we got our piece across the middle, and then we want a couple of more dimensionals on here just to stick this onto the front of our card, and then we are done. There we go. So that is our second card done there. Okay, now our third card is a super simple one. I've just used a piece of very vanilla regular cardstock, and I have layered up the dies. If I just pop these out, I will show you. Hopefully they're all... I've used these 3 dies all together to cut out to make our pretty pattern there. And as you'll see, I've left this in the cardstock. So let's just pop them back out the way. And this is a super simple card, this one. We're just going to stamp a little sentiment on it. I'll show you my sample. You'll see I did use fresh fig on this one, and I put some designer series paper behind, but it kind of covered it up a bit too much, so I didn't see the point in using it behind as well. So just going to pop on a little sentiment. Let's find which one am I going to use. I'm going to use Life is Beautiful, and you will see these are kind of curved, so they will fit around our circle die cut quite nicely. Use some Dapper Denim so it stands out. I think too much lemon lime twist and you won't be able to read it. So just gently stamp that up, and then we can just, there we go, line that up and stamp that down. There we go. I'm going to use a bit of Tombow on this one, I think, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room so we can get it stuck on nice and straight. Ooh. Also waiting for Tombow today. There we go, a little bit of that. We can layer that onto the front of our lemon lime twist cardstock. A little wiggle to make sure it's nice and straight. Down. There we go. Then grab our card blank, and then we can pop this on the front, like so. And that is our third card done. Ooh, hopefully without making too much of a mess. There we go. So that's number 3 done. Pop that out the way. Okay, our next one is going to be this one here that says thank you. Now this one I'd already pre-cut some gold foil for, so I already had enough. So we're going to use it on this one. When I came to cut out for the last card, or the first card I showed you, I'd run out. So this one's pretty much a same kind of idea as this one here, using the gold vinyl stickers on the corners. I'm just going to use one that's a slightly different shape, so we can chop this into quarters to start. All our bits ready. And again, I'm going to use my 1 1/4 inch punch, and let's pop on Enjoy Today on this one. There's a couple of little sentiments which are roughly the same size, the thank you and Enjoy Today. They both fit on the 1 1/4 inch circle punch beautifully. And this one as well, we're going to use a little dots as well. We're going to stamp that in some lemon lime twists just to tie it all in together. Just pop that around the outside. There we go. Grab our punch. As you see, it fits in there perfectly to cut that out. Like that. We'll get rid of our little piece of card there. Now we can pop our card together. So I've got a square here that I'm going to put the gold vinyl stickers on again. So once again, in the corners, I mean, I'm not sure whether these are repositional or not. They seem pretty permanent to me. I haven't had to try and peel one off yet. But it's a good idea to make sure you're lined up right before you go sticking and pushing down firmly. There we go. So that's our corners. And we've got our card blank ready. So we've got a piece of Dapper Denim again. And I've got some of the gold foil sheet here. layer that nicely on there. Ooh. So, and then I've got my designer series paper again. Oh, 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 oh. Maybe I have to wiggle that round. Just about. There we go. Joy of live filming and making cards. So we've got our main focal point for our card. It's going to go on down the centre. Like so. I'm going to use a bit of fuse in the middle of this to put this one on the middle. Like so. And then this one I've used the fancy square die, and as you'll see this time I've left the inside in like so, so you can just push them up to give your card a little bit of 3D dimension. Let's just pop our little sentiment in the middle. Oh, and as you can see, here we go, let's twist that around to get it around the right way. Let's use some dimensionals on the back of here to pop it onto our card, and that is card number 4 complete. Right, I'm just going to pop that on the middle, so there is card number 4. So 1 to go now. We've got, this is our last one here, so here's my bits and bobs for it. Let's get a card blank. So as you see on this one, we've done some extra stamping on the card around the outside, and I've just used some of the small stamps that are in the set. I'll just go through and find them. Use this one, the corner one again, which I used on one of the other cards. So let's do some stamping on our card blank first. Go. I'm going to use another small stamp that's in the set just to finish those corners off. There's another one which is 3 little dots gradually getting bigger. So I'm going to start from inside and stamp that on like so. Just go around quickly. Put that out the way so we don't get ink everywhere. I think I'm doing quite well on the ink today. It's not ended up everywhere yet. So we've got a square of cardstock and a square of my designer series paper. I'm going to layer these together. Go, and then I've got a 2-inch circle that I've punched out, and again I'm just going to go around and snip this out of the piece of cardstock. Like so. Last one. So we've got a nice little flowery cut out. We just want to stamp on our 2-inch piece, on our 2-inch circle there. So this one is Let's Be Friends Forever, and that just fits on there nicely. that. And that is all our stamping done for now. So we can close the ink and mine those stamps out of the way as well. Getting nice blue fingers here. Right, so to start with, I've used again the gold vinyl stickers. I've used the outside of this one. So you just want to peel that away gently. And I'll just pop this down first. Oh, there we go. Let's use some dimensionals to put all this together. So our dimensionals are ready on there. We'll use some fuse to stick this to the front of our card. Super sticky, so you don't need too much. And I've just lined this up and popped it in the middle of the stamping on the corners. And we can just pop on our toppers. There we go, you can just see the gold peeking through from behind. And finally our sentiment. There we go. On top. And that is card number 5 made. So let's bring these cards in that we've just put together and made. Which was quite quick. So there we go, there's all our cards we've just put together, like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the box for these cards in a separate video, so this one doesn't go on too long. So I will put a link to the next video tutorial for the box in the description box of this one. And thank you all for watching. And I hope you've enjoyed my first video back in quite some time. And I will speak to you all again very soon. Thanks, bye!